If Einstein were alive today, he probably wouldn't talk about physics. Not at first. He wouldn't begin with theories or equations or distant galaxies. He would look you in the eyes, through the noise, the pressure, the confusion, and say something you may have forgotten. You're not here to prove anything. Most of your days feel like a chase. You wake up already tired. You reach for your phone, your tasks, your expectations. You try to catch up, to be productive, to be good enough. But deep down, something feels off, like you're running fast, but going nowhere. Like something essential got lost along the way, and you can't quite name it, but you feel it. In the silence, in the weight behind your eyes, in the invisible tension you carry in your chest. Einstein, the man the world called a genius, understood something we rarely hear. That intelligence is not just about solving problems, it's about knowing which ones are worth solving. He once said, "A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success, combined with constant restlessness." Not exactly what you'd expect from a physicist, but maybe it's exactly what you need to hear. Because maybe your problem isn't your life. Maybe it's how you're thinking about it. Maybe the issue isn't your lack of achievement, but the belief that you are only valuable when you're achieving. And maybe, just maybe, the most intelligent thing you can do right now is to stop, not give up. Not run away, just stop for a moment and remember. You are not a project to be fixed. You are not a machine to optimize. You are not here to chase approval. You are here to live, to feel, to breathe, to remember what the noise made you forget. So, stay with me, because what Einstein would say next might just be the truth your soul has been waiting for. Let me ask you something. When did life become so heavy? When did your mind start racing before your feet even touched the floor? When did silence become uncomfortable and stillness feel like failure? We live in a world that praises the complex. More steps, more systems, more goals, more everything. And in that chase, we lose sight of what actually matters. We complicate because we're afraid of falling behind, afraid of not being good enough, afraid that if we don't keep moving, we'll disappear. But Einstein, he spent his life studying the universe. And yet, he found peace not in the stars, but in the stillness between them. He said, "Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." That wasn't just scientific advice. That was spiritual wisdom, wisdom we've forgotten. You see, the mind loves complexity. It builds mazes. It rehearses every possibility. It replays every conversation. It simulates 1,000 problems and solves none. It makes you feel like you're behind, even when you're exactly where you need to be. And here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. You don't need more information. You need less. Noise. Because clarity doesn't come from adding. It comes from subtracting. It comes from letting go of what was never yours to carry. The truth is, you might be carrying a backpack full of invisible weight. Old beliefs, unrealistic expectations, silent comparisons, pressure to always be more, and no one sees it. But you feel it. Every single day. But here's what Einstein would remind you. You don't have to carry that weight anymore. You can put it down. Not all at once, but gently, deliberately. You can begin, right now, by asking yourself one quiet, revolutionary question. What am I complicating? That was meant to be simple. Sometimes, asking the right question is the start of a completely different life. Imagine this. You're walking down a trail. The sun is warm, the breeze is soft, the path is clear, simple, peaceful. At first, your steps feel light. You're enjoying the rhythm of your body, the sound of birds, the space between thoughts. But after a while, something changes. Your shoulders begin to ache. Each step feels a little heavier. You don't know why. You reach for your backpack, but it's nearly empty, just water, maybe a snack, the essentials. So what's the weight? You stop, you breathe, and you realize the weight isn't physical, it's mental, it's emotional. It's all the things you've been carrying inside that no one sees. The fear of disappointing others, the pressure to be strong all the time, the unresolved guilt from things you can't change, the silent voice saying, "You're still not enough." This is how many of us live, walking through life with invisible burdens strapped to our souls. We smile, we function, we produce, but deep inside, we're exhausted because we've confused being busy with being alive. And Einstein would say, that's not living, that's surviving. He spent his life exploring the most complex theories of space and time, but he understood something simple, that the mind can be brilliant and still misguided. That intellect doesn't always lead to truth, because truth doesn't shout, it whispers. But to hear it, you have to slow down. You have to create space, not just on your calendar, but in your heart. That means letting go of the obsession to get everything right, letting go of the myth that your worth depends on your productivity, letting go of the idea that every moment must be optimized, monetized, or explained. Because the things that make life worth living, presence, peace, love, simplicity, don't need to be earned. They're already here, waiting, under the noise. But the noise is seductive, isn't it? You check your phone in the morning and you're already behind. You open social media and suddenly your life feels smaller. You scroll past curated images, perfect routines, successful lives, and you wonder, what am I doing wrong? But here's the truth. Those lives you compare yourself to, they're curated. Just like yours is when you smile and say, I'm fine, even when you're not. You see, the most dangerous pressure isn't outside. It's inside. It's the voice that tells you to keep running, even when your soul is asking you to stop. And here's the irony. The more you chase happiness, the more it slips away. The more you try to control life, the more chaotic it feels. The more you try to prove your worth, the more unworthy you feel, because the chase never ends. Unless you stop chasing, unless you choose to simplify, to come back to what's real, to say, this is enough. Einstein once said, not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Think about that. What are you counting? That doesn't really matter. Followers? Deadlines? Likes? Numbers? What are you not counting that matters most? Like how often you feel peace, how honest you are with yourself, how connected you feel to what's sacred. This is the wisdom we've buried beneath layers of noise. This is the truth Einstein tried to live by, even in a world that demanded more from him every day. And this is the truth you can live by too, but only if you're willing to ask the question, what can I let go of today to return to what matters? It might be a habit, a toxic expectation, a false version of success, or just one thought that keeps looping, telling you you're not enough. Start there. Because clarity isn't something you find all at once. It's something you uncover, gently, one layer at a time, like peeling back the clouds, to find the sky was always there. So here's what I invite you to do. For the next 7 days, before you dive into your notifications, your tasks, your responsibilities, take one simple breath and ask yourself, what can I release today? Maybe it's the need to control every outcome. Maybe it's the fear of not being enough. Maybe it's just one expectation that's been weighing you down. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to lighten the load, one thought at a time, one choice at a time, one breath at a time, because life isn't asking you to carry it all. Life is asking you to live it, And that can only happen in the space you create when you stop gripping so tightly. And start trusting that maybe, just maybe, you are already enough. Einstein didn't leave us with endless formulas for living. He left us with reminders. That simplicity is not weakness. That peace is not laziness. That presence is not a waste of time. In a world that is constantly trying to pull you away from yourself, choosing simplicity, choosing presence, choosing what really matters is the most courageous thing you can do. And if you want to continue on this journey, to dive even deeper into Einstein's lesser-known truths about life, time, and inner peace, I invite you to watch the next video waiting for you. Why Einstein's mistake changed everything. The story of how even the greatest minds had to unlearn to truly understand. Comment below. Today, I choose to let go of. Finish the sentence from your heart. Because sometimes, the moment you put it into words is the moment you begin to set yourself free. And remember, you don't have to complicate your life to make it meaningful. You just have to come back to what's already true. See you in the next video. Until then, simplify, breathe, trust.